Good morning, FirstU. Oh, I better put that way. Good morning. We have a new opening song today. This is what we call a round or a canon. So once we've learned it pretty well, we can try singing it in multiple parts. It's by the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Ann Parker, and it's just a lovely meditative little piece. I'll teach it to you from up here. So, there is a love holding us. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all we love. There is a love holding all we love. There is a love holding all. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. We rest in this love. Good, we'll try it all together. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. Let's try it once as a round, just once. Let's divide in the middle. So this half of the room, you're going to start first. This half of the room, you're going to start second. I'll probably just sing whichever part I feel like, so good luck. So number one first. There is a love holding us. There is a love all we love. There is a love all we know. We rest in this love. There is a love holding this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love. Beautiful, thank you. We'll do 3 parts next week.
Good morning. I like that. I'm Guy Belperche. I'm here as a representative of the FirstU Board of Directors, and I have a couple of announcements. Did you all know that we have a political reading group? Did anybody know this? I didn't before this morning. There we go. We have one person. They're called The Mess We Are In. Oh, what a mess. And they continue to meet every other Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in room 3. At their next meeting, which will be this coming Thursday, March 20th, they will be discussing the first few chapters of the 2024 book, Breaking Free of Neoliberalism, Canada's Challenge. And the author is Alex Himmelfarb, who is a former clerk of the Privy Council of Canada, and at one point, my very big boss. Please reach out to Marc Brunet, and it's Marc-Etienne Brunet, all one word, at gmail.com, if you would like to join or want more information. The Time and Talent Auction is back, baby. After a several-year pause for global events, COVID, the auction returns. This is a silent auction designed to build community while raising funds for FirstU. Popular items in auctions past have included at-home dinners, cottage visits, games nights, local tours, bike tune-ups, and help in the garden or with other chores. Also, specially baked treats, custom pottery, and more. What can you offer? What will you bid for? With a late April auction date approaching, it's time to get creative. Offers or questions can be sent to the Time and Talent Coordinator, David Chernyshenko, at davidc.ca, and David is here. Where's Dave? There, David's right there, so you can talk to him after the service. The Unitarian Go-Go's will be holding a bake and jewelry sale in Fellowship Hall after the service today, and I noticed there are several of them wearing their lovely Go-Go t-shirts. Do you want to wave, Go-Go's? Joan, wave. There we go. There, we got a couple. They accept cash, checks, and e-transfer, also your left arm. Many thanks in advance for helping them support the Stephen Lewis Foundation as they work to support their partners in sub-Saharan Africa who are experiencing the devastating consequences of recent disruptions in access to life-saving health care. And a final last-minute announcement, there is going to be a discussion group after service led by Peter and Chris. I think it's going to be in the lounge. Peter, correct me if I'm wrong. It'll be in the lounge. So right after the service, you can gather there and you'll be able to share thoughts on what Reverend Linda will be talking to us about today. Thanks very much.
Bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue, welcome, willkommen. Everyone to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or safely watching from wherever you may be, you are welcome. I'm the Reverend Linda Goonewardene.
And I'm Kate, your worship associate this morning. We acknowledge that our FirstU campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, and that the work of reconciliation is a responsibility of our congregation and of all Canadians. Our goal is to educate ourselves and all those who have the willingness to understand, to be of service to those who are at risk, and to advocate for justice. We're going to sing once more. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing together when our heart is in a holy place. Three Rivers is going to come up and help us along. This is number 1008 in the Teal hymnal, but the lyrics will be up on the screen. Thanks very much. What a great start. As health challenges continue, do take care and take advantage of online opportunities at FirstU to stay in touch. If you're new to FirstU and would like to learn more about us, you can contact us by email at welcome@firstunitarianottawa.ca. If you're right here in Worship Hall this morning and like more information, you'll find Mary at the back behind the pews, very ready to give you lots of more information and pamphlets from the information table. We also encourage you to sign up to receive the EUU, our weekly newsletter, by email. Sign up information is available on our website under the Communications tab or the QR code that you'll find on the back of our printed programs this morning. Check our Facebook and Instagram pages and our website for notices and updates. Our calendar continues to be as full as ever, though some of our activities are still online. This morning, each of us is welcome. We of any heritage or faith, whatever our burdens, we of any culture or race, of any gender or orientation, in any body, all that we are. Today, we're all a part of this spiritual community. Now, Reverend Linda will be lighting the chalice.
I'm actually lighting the chalice with the help from Joan. This morning, I'm going to read the words by Kenneth L. Patton. Let us worship. Let us worship with our eyes and ears and fingertips. Let us love the world through heart, mind, and body. We feed our eyes upon the mystery and revelation in the faces of our brothers and sisters. We seek to know the wistfulness of the very young and the very old, the wistfulness of people in all times of life. I've got an echo, it's lovely. We seek to understand the shyness behind arrogance, the fear behind pride, the tenderness behind clumsy strength, the anguish behind cruelty. All life flows into a great common life if we will only open our eyes to our companions. Let us worship not in bowing down, not with closed eyes and stopped ears. Let us worship with the opening of all the windows of our beings, with the full outstretching of our spirits. Life comes with singing and laughing, with tears and confiding, with a rising wave too great to be held in the mind and heart and body, to those who have fallen in love with life. Let us worship and let us learn to love. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joan. And now it's a time for all ages, so I'm going to move over there and pick up the microphone, and anyone who'd like to join me is welcome to join me. Sorry, I'm so excited about my story, the chalice song. Go ahead, Jen. Okay, yes, it's working. So anybody who'd like to come up and help me share a story this morning, I need some help, actually, because I've got a bunch of friends that are going to help us with the story. I need somebody to help to hold up this lovely bird. Oh, perfect. And would you like to hold the mouse? And there's a dog. Oh, perfect, matches your sweater. And you can hold the... And there's two bears over there. You can go hold the bears. And I'll need a rainstorm person. Somebody want to do the rain stick? Oh, does somebody want to do the rain stick? The rainstorm. Okay.
Could you sit one step higher, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't be seen. I've got so many friends. Okay. We'll just. Okay, so we're going to do this story called The Three Questions. And there's a teddy bear somewhere. Excellent. So the teddy bear is Teddy the bear, obviously. And Teddy bear has 3 questions. Teddy wants to know how to live a good life. And, so I have some signs. Do you want to just, can you give me that sign? Perfect. So for people who like to read, Teddy has 2 questions. The first one is, and I apologize, this is very washed out. When is the best time to do things? Interesting question. Oh, okay. And then, what is the right time to do things? What is the right thing to do? Sorry. And I can read my own signs. And finally, who is the most important one? Interesting question. So Teddy asks his friends, and when Teddy asks the robin, when is the best time to do things? Who's holding the robin? Hold the robin up. You can hold Teddy. That's fine. Teddy's moving around. So the robin says you have to plan in advance. That's the best time to do things. The mouse, can you hold up the mouse? Yeah. The mouse says you have to watch and pay close attention to know when is the best time. And finally, the dog. Yeah, can you hold the dog up? Perfect. The dog says you need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when is the best time to do things. So then Teddy says, who is the most important one? And the robin says, the robin's flying. Can the robin fly? Can you fly the robin? Yes, the robin is flying. And the robin says, those who are closest to heaven or the sky, right? And then the mouse says, who's the most important one? The mouse says, those who know how to heal the sick. Very important. And the dog says, can you growl like the dog growls? Can you go grrr? Grrr. Oh, lots of grrrs. Good. The dog says, those who make the rules are the most important ones. And when Teddy asks their friend, what is the right thing to do? The robin says, flying, obviously. Flying is the right thing to do. The mouse says, having fun all the time. Yeah, mice like to have fun. And the dog says, fighting. Fighting is what the dog thinks is the right thing to do. So crazy. Anyway, so who's got the turtle? You've got the turtle. So Teddy decides to go visit their turtle friend, and the turtle is digging in the garden. Can you just pass this? Oh, you can take that. Perfect. So Teddy comes to visit Turtle, who's very wise, and Turtle is also kind of older and digging in the garden, and it's a lot of work, and he's kind of tired. And Teddy says, I have these questions for you, but I see that right now you're digging and you look tired. I'm going to help you. So Teddy takes the shovel and digs in the garden for Turtle. And then when Teddy is finished digging in the garden, a rainstorm happens. You know how to make rain happening? Yes. Oh, that's perfect. So there's a rainstorm, and Teddy and their friend, the turtle, they run into the turtle's house, but before they run into Turtle's house, they hear someone yelling, help, help, and it's the brown bear. And so Teddy runs out to find out who's yelling help and finds the brown bear, and the brown bear has fallen on the ground and has hurt its leg. And so Teddy carries the brown bear into Turtle's house, and they make the bear all comfy and cozy. And when they fell, they got knocked unconscious, so wasn't talking, right? And then they wake up, and what does the bear say? The bear says, where's my baby bear? Oh no, who's got the baby bear? So Teddy has to go back out and find the baby bear, who fortunately wasn't hurt, but is all lonely, right, in the rain, and brings everybody back to Turtle's house. And so they have a nice afternoon together, and the rain lets up, and Teddy says to Turtle, well, I had these 3 questions for you, and I don't know the answers. And Turtle said, oh, but you do know the answers. Because when you heard a bear crying for help, the most important one was the one that you're with. My little props here. When is the best time to do things? And you knew that now is the most important time. And that's because, you helped me in my garden, you saw me struggling with the garden, and it was the right thing to do was to help me in my garden. And when you heard Bear calling for help, that was the right thing to do, was to go and help Bear. And then finally, the last question that Teddy had is, what is the right thing to do? And Turtle says, do good. I threw in a little extra, be kind to the one with whom you are. So there you go, the answers to all 3 questions. And thank you, everybody, for helping. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed sharing the 3 questions with you. And if you want to leave all my little animal friends up here, that would be great. And I guess now we get to sing you off to your fun activities for the rest of this morning. The Sheltering Arms of Love, which will be up on your screen, and Jen will be, and make your arches. Yes, wonderful. Thank you.
What a lovely story with the answer to those important questions. Each week, we pause in our time together in recognition of the joys and sorrows in our lives and across the globe. We honor our celebrations and challenges by placing a stone in a bowl of water. As the ripples extend outward, imagine them continuing out beyond these small bowls, out through and past our pews, out into the larger community of all. There are no caring cards this morning. We have a stone of sorrow and concern for all those who are dealing with job losses, the threats of job losses, the economic blows happening in Canada, and for all our friends and family in the United States. And another stone of concern, sorrow for all those suffering from war, wherever that is happening on the planet. And a stone of joy for it. Spring is in the air, it's going to come. The birds, there are some birds arriving. Those ice banks are disappearing. And another great joy is to see our Christmas cactuses blooming as they know that spring is on its way. So I ask you now to please come forward to honor your joys and sorrows by placing stones in the water. The last stone, as always, represents all that remains in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Let us now move into a time of stillness and reflection. After several moments, we'll come back together through the gift of music.
So we all have an opportunity to speak today. We have a responsive reading, number 602. If you want to open up your hymnal, it's all supposed to be up here. I think it's going to go up on the screen. So I've adapted this responsive reading. It originally was written, "If there is to be peace," but I've changed it to kindness, right, keeping with my theme. There we go. Oh, and they changed the words. Perfect. So if you're reading your hymnal, you have to change peace to kindness, but if you're just reading the screen, it's there the way we want to read it together. And I just need to... Sorry. So many papers. Okay, so I'll start off, and then we'll alternate. Then everybody can read the second, then I'll read the third, and we'll go on like that. If there is to be kindness in the world, if there is to be kindness in the nations, if there is to be kindness in the cities, if there is to be kindness between neighbors, if there is to be kindness in the home. Thank you, everybody. Sorry. Papers. Okay.
Before Reverend Linda begins her reflection, a few words about her, so we know more about our speaker. Reverend Linda has been a Unitarian Universalist minister for over 17 years and has been affiliated with FirstU here as a community minister since 2014. She was born in England, immigrated to Canada as a child, moved to the US as an adult, and came back to Ottawa, has been here for the last 11 years. She works full-time as a registered psychotherapist. She's a daughter, a sister, a twice married partner, a mother of 2 adult children, a mother-in-law to 2 more, and a grandmother to 1. She believes in loving, learning, laughing, and slow living. Welcome, Reverend Linda.
How to get to heaven. A Christian minister asked a group of children in Sunday school how to get to heaven. If I sold my house and my car and had a big garage sale and gave all my money to the church, would that get me into heaven? No, no, all the children answered. If I cleaned the church every day, mowed the lawn, shoveled the snow, and kept everything neat and tidy, would that get me into heaven? Again, the answer was no. Well then, if I was kind to animals and gave candy to all the children and loved my partner, would that get me into heaven? Once more, the children all answered no. Now the minister is thinking all these children are a good bit more theologically sophisticated than she had given them credit for. Then how can I get into heaven? And a 5-year-old child shouted out, "You gotta be dead." It's one way to get to heaven, right? They must have been Universalist children, because Universalists believe that everyone is going to heaven. And dying first is obviously the single entrance criteria. This was one of the reasons that mainline Christians in previous centuries dismissed Universalism. If everyone was loved by God and was going to heaven, then judging people's actions here on earth to determine their eternal life in hell or heaven could no longer be used to keep people obedient. Universalists believed that people were inherently good and would behave like their all-loving God. Recently, I was working as a psychotherapist at a private clinic that promoted itself as Christian. I thought that I would be able to be my religious self as well as my counselor self. Well, it turned out that people and institutions differed in assessing how religious I was. When I was doing intake, contacting people who were looking for a Christian counselor, it meant I had a few questions for them. Did they need their religion to be respected and included in their counseling? How did that show up in a counseling session? Did they need their counselor to believe in Jesus as their Savior? Were prayer and the Bible a part of counseling for them? If all the answers were yes, I arranged for them to work with another counselor because I wasn't Christian enough. One day, I did intake with a woman whose issues were right up my therapy alley. In this case, conflict with an adult stepchild. Then I asked her about having a Christian counselor, and her response was that she could pray with her pastor, read the Bible with her pastor, so her counselor didn't need to do that. Her counselor did need to understand the importance of Jesus and the values that she followed. So Jesus and the Sermon on the Mount, I asked? Thanks to Kurt Vonnegut, who wrote about replacing the 10 Commandments with the Beatitudes, I was quite familiar with the blesseds. Blessed are those who are poor, who are hungry, who are weeping, who are humble, who are merciful and peacemakers. You will attain the realm of God. And I'm just, synthesizing this whole thing. Be satisfied, laugh, inherit the earth, find mercy, and be ranked as children of God. If you haven't read the New Testament lately, it's also in the gray hymnal, number 640. So I was religious enough for this person. My Unitarian Universalism was inclusive with knowledge and respect of a faith tradition and its ethical stance on family and how to approach the resolution of conflict with emotional intelligence and mercy. As a psychotherapist, I have much from my education, training, and experience to offer people who are struggling with emotional pain and mental illness. One of the many benefits of my pastoral ministry is the things I learn from those same people. Therapy can be a beautiful dance of vulnerability, courage, and insight. Another Christian client with whom I worked was grappling with conflict in her family of origin. Her father and brother had had a serious, hurtful argument, and neither one of them was budging. Of course, she was getting pulled in, and each of them demanded her loyalty at the expense of the other. Again, she was someone who was profoundly impacted by the teaching of Jesus, who was all about love. Rather than choosing sides, she affirmed the hurt and disrespect each was feeling, yet her question to both men was, do you want to be right, or do you want to be loving? The gift of this question cuts to the heart of the matter in disagreements in significant relationships. And just like the story for all ages, where Teddy the bear wants to be a good person and searches for the way to do that. How can we understand kindness as Unitarian Universalists? We can look to the wisdom in other faith traditions. The Jewish Talmud says that deeds of kindness are equal in weight to all the commandments. The first of the indigenous 7 grandfather teachings is love, a devotion, admiration, tenderness, and kindness for all things around us. The American politician Franklin D. Roosevelt stated that human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. British theologian Frederick W. Faber wrote that kindness has converted more sinners than zeal, eloquence, or learning. Kindness is a noun, according to the dictionary. It is the state or quality of being kind or a kind act. I'm using it as a verb today because kindness relates to being or acting in a friendly or generous manner. We can also comprehend kindness through the work of Canadian Shane Sinclair, who is the founder and director of the Compassion Research Lab at the University of Calgary. He states that compassion requires one to acknowledge the specific pain of another and then act to ease that pain. Moments of compassion or kindness are moments of connection that say, you matter enough. I saw and felt for you, and I did something about it. They can be big or little acts. Aaron Anderson wrote in the Globe and Mail on December 24th, 2021, in pandemics and floods and fires, there are grand gestures and daring rescues that save lives. And then there are the simple kindnesses that are life-saving. They are the hug from a stranger in Edmonton when you collapse in tears after an 8-hour drive from your, this always moves me, from your burning city in the oil sands. The friend who drops off dinner without asking after your partner infected with COVID is taken away in an ambulance. The Thursday night drinking buddy who kayaks to your swamped house in Merritt, BC to rescue your birds. The child who draws a picture to say she is sorry that you lost all your chickens in the flood at Sumas Prairie. These are simple kindnesses. They keep us going and make us feel like we aren't alone. In many therapeutic sessions, I hear about a lack of kindness that is individual, sometimes familial or work-related, sometimes systemic when it comes to situations of cruelty in education, in healthcare, in housing, and legalities. It is soul-crushing to witness the pain that people have experienced in big and little ways. Sometimes I feel sad, sometimes numb, and sometimes really angry. My job, of course, is not to share my feelings with the client. Instead, it is to acknowledge their pain, affirm the injustice and despair, and to offer support as they make sense of their suffering and learn what they might try to do for themselves. Inevitably, people blame themselves because, in part, we live in a victim-blaming society. While I can't change that single-handedly, I can teach them about self-compassion. Self-compassion has a pioneer researcher, Dr. Kristen Neff. Some of you may have heard of her. She explains self-compassion as having three components: self-kindness, shared humanity, and mindfulness. Rather than explicate this further, I'm going to invite you to join me in reversing Lao Tse's words from our opening reading. We can share in her practice of self-compassion that starts with each of us. Some of you may be suffering right now. Some of you can remember a recent moment of distress as we go through this brief practice together. And only do this if you feel comfortable doing it, but I'm going to do it, and you can do it with me. Begin by rubbing your hands together to create warmth. And then you can put your hands on your heart, or on your face, or on your belly, whatever feels comforting and soothing. When you put your hands on your body, you want to pause and feel their warmth. And breathe deeply in and out. And I'm going to say a phrase and you can repeat it after me. You're saying it to yourself. You can say it out loud or you can say it silently, but you want to say it in a warm and caring tone. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion I need. Thank you. Just to kind of review these phrases, the first phrase, "This is a moment of suffering," is designed to bring mindfulness to the fact that you are in pain. The second phrase, "Suffering is a part of life," reminds you that imperfection is a part of the shared human experience. The third phrase, "May I be kind to myself in this moment," helps bring a sense of caring concern to your present moment experience. And the final phrase, "May I give myself the compassion I need," firmly sets your intention to be self-compassionate. This practice, developed by Dr. Kristen Neff, is a handy tool to soothe and calm troubled states of mind. And I find I use it a lot in sessions with people. It's just such a helpful, calming, soothing practice to do together. I think we can agree that kindness is a worthy value, and putting it into action can sometimes be the challenging moment. According to Margaret Atwood in her CBC Massey lecture of 2008, which I just read last year, 2024, Payback, Debt and the Shadow Side of Wealth, she says there are 6 reactions to a crisis. The first one is protect yourself. The second one, give up and party. The third one is help others. The fourth one is blame, my favorite. The fifth one, bear witness. And/or 6, go about your life. If the crisis is a war, she says, add 7, fight, or 8, surrender. Although she cautions that these last 2 may be dark subsets of helping others by fighting or surrendering, giving up and partying. So notice how the first one is self-protection, and of course we are biologically wired to survive. The second human response to crisis is about distraction by focusing on fun and avoidance. Only the third response, helping others or kindness, is a reminder that crisis can be more than taking care of oneself or ignoring the situation. Instead, when we expand our response to crisis with kindness, we connect to others and it becomes mutually beneficial. If we go back to Teddy the bear, how he connected with his turtle friend by helping out in the garden, and then made 2 new friends with the bear's who had suffered in the rainstorm. So compassion or kindness begins with witnessing to suffering. It is kind to help one person because neighborly help is another level on which kindness is productive. As Eric Hoffer said, kindness can become its own motive. We are made kind by being kind. For those of you who don't recognize Eric Hoffer, he is someone about whom you might relish learning. He is considered a significant American working-class philosopher who was born in New York City in 1902 and died in San Francisco, California in 1983. Our opening reading reminds us of the importance of kindness on all levels. I think kindness begins with ourselves and continues in each encounter we have with others. There is a version of the Serenity Prayer that goes like this: "Grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that one is me." Temple Grandin, the animal behavior scientist, wrote this in her book, Thinking in Pictures. People are always or usually looking for the single magic bullet that will completely change everything. There is no single magic bullet. Progress is about bridging the gap between what we observe and what we can imagine, one careful step at a time. Fixing big societal issues like the lack of affordable housing can use kindness on all levels of progress. Aldous Huxley, British author and social critic, wrote that it's a bit embarrassing to have been concerned with the human problem all one's life and find at the end that one has no more to offer by way of advice than, try to be a little bit kinder. Mother Teresa said, "I prefer you to make mistakes in kindness than work miracles in unkindness." How interesting that Eric and Temple and Aldous and Mother Teresa agree on the need for more kindness. May we all find ways to include kindness in our lives, in our homes, in our communities, and in our world. Namaste, blessed be all our relations, so be it. Just want to make sure, am I saying the next thing? I can't find myself in the order of service. Oh yes, reflection, anthem. Okay, yes. So Jen's going to say things. Good.
I'm going to welcome Three Rivers up for our anthem this week. And the piece they're about to sing for you is called "In Meeting We Are Blessed" by Troy Robertson. It's a lovely piece which celebrates the beauty of being in community with each other, of relying on each other and being connected to each other. There's a line in particular in it, "Friendship endures, and surely we will prove it's not ourselves, but our bodies that move." So the idea that we can be connected to each other wherever we are, so we can be in community on Sunday mornings, but connected the rest of the time. Oh, and we have Sharon Bowen joining us today on drum, so thank you so much, Sharon.
We are met together and in meeting
Thank you very much, Reverend Linda, for your thoughtful reflection, and thank you, Three Rivers. Will our ushers start passing the baskets at this time? This congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Whether you're here in Worship Hall or anywhere else, you are part of this community. We rely on one another to keep this congregation vital and resilient. If you have any questions about how you can give, please go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how to make a donation or keep up with your pledge. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, loving one another. And now let us sing together with the help of Three Rivers, Answering the Call of Love, number 1014 in the Teal hymnal, and the words will appear on the screen.
Faith, hope, and love of all.
I have a few words from Kurt Vonnegut for extinguishing the chalice. He says, "Be soft. Do not let the world make you hard. Do not let pain make you hate. Do not let bitterness steal your sweetness." No equipment there. And okay. Before we begin to close this time of worship and reflection, a reminder that coffee and tea hour will begin in Fellowship Hall immediately after this service, over in that direction. The Ajashki Grow Towers are currently closed for the winter, but we look forward to leafy greens when the season is right. A reminder that food and household items from our grocery support program are available in the volunteer room beside Fellowship Hall. Also, just if you go under the exit sign. And there will be an after-service discussion in the lounge over on that side. It resumes today. And I think, Brent, you're leading that? Did you have your hand up? Somebody had their hand up. Peter, sorry. Peter is, yay, thanks, Peter. And the lovely Mia's India Cuisine is offering lunch for sale after the service. As well, the Unitarian Go-Go's, that's why we had the chalice lit by Joan this morning. They will be holding our bake sale and jewelry sale during coffee hour to support the Stephen Lewis Foundation. And if you don't know what that is, they'll tell you. If you are new here and still feel new or simply welcome conversation today, please pick up a green mug as you enter Fellowship Hall. Doing so will help others looking forward to good conversation find you. And if you see someone sporting a green mug, approach them. Ask them about who they are and what drew them here this morning to the start to another great conversation. So we're going to sing our closing song. And it's The Spirit of Life in English and French. So, Jen, will you lead us in that? It's in your teal hymnal, but I believe, yes, the words are up on the board. So we'll sing it first through in English and then en français. And I have last words for the benediction, but first we'll sing. Okay. Our benediction today is from the Dalai Lama, and he said, "Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive." So go forth in the world, sharing love and compassion, receiving love and compassion too, and thank you for being here today. See you in the parish hall. Bye.